states of being. Living in your states of being. Offering options and alternate universes and alternatives. Who's more rational and lucid? The man who sees alternate universes that offer great peace and intelligence and value of life, or the person who is lied to and lives in the irrational existence of their extortion-based society that keeps telling them they have to destroy their existence in order to sustain their existence? It's a very interesting perspective and understanding. I've never really heard myself speak too much, guys, until these video feeds and then my connections to other people and seeing quite possibly if they were connecting to me or not, or how they might possibly connect to me in future connections if I was made more public and they were allowed to have more access to me. I know not how it goes, and I don't really care. It's all pretty much irrelevant to me which way we go, left or right or up the middle. It doesn't matter, just as long as we do it right. How does that make any sense, Ralph? You start saving the world. I'm not going to argue about how we get it done and how we start, just as long as we get it started. That's all that matters to me. That's what I'm basically saying. All right, that's what's important to me. It's just real rational value and intelligence. I'm not arguing over words. Like I said, and me and my buddy Ron discussed about it earlier. He's like, wow, most people that are atheists, and he goes, yeah, most people that are atheists pretty much are extremists that are a lot like the people that they argue against that are, say, religious extremists that buy into these. Yeah, they're more or less kind of Illuminati temple of Set manipulated extremists that claim no religion because they get no love, and they're on that one side, and then there's the other, and it's a constant battle in between, and it's the fight promoting network to keep you distracted, to have you destroying your means to existence and pay to live here and watch yourself destroy the planet in the process without even doing a thing about it. I guess that's why I show up. I don't know how much I'm longer going to be able to afford to show up in the extortion means existence of my society. I'm looking at my 3-day plan, and I'm trying to figure, and I'm thinking it might not be as tangible as I can see it anymore. It's like getting to the point of no return. Not, well, for me, for everybody, it doesn't really matter, really, because it's all kind of irrelevant. What happens to us, it's all part of the grand design, right? So we'll just sit back and see what happens. I think through great faith, love, and intelligence, we can actually get some really amazing things done. I think if we're lacking in great faith, love, and intelligence, I think it's going to be really hard to get things done. I don't think money's going to save us. I think it will help us put a light on the rationality of it and help change the value system if we take our resources gained by monetary-based value systems and put the light on the fact that we need to devalue the money and value the little boy trying to cross the street with his mama. I think you guys can do it, but it has to be something we do real quick. Every day we wait is another day wasted, and every day wasted is another day that we could spend feeding the poor, educating the ignorant that are needlessly abused through irrationality. Man, it's just this is just my perspective, but I didn't realize just how deep of a human being I was, and how special of a human being I was. And that truth about Jesus, it had some elements of truth in there, but no one would say that one had to leave in order for the other to come. Jesus was born before the other, and the spirit of the one and the other that's continual, and the life source that is eternal, building upon itself, was going to come whether you leave or not. Through the Gospels, I've seen the spirits of the two coexist on the planet at the same time. It was through mass exterminations and information control that separate us and keep us apart and not let us cohabitate the planet at the same time and share and love and teach together and keep us apart. Me and Isaac would barely get times to speak and keep fellowship and actually share information together. When we have conversations like the one we had in front of Walmart, the math equating and the interfacing is off the charts. It's cool. So yeah, it's you want to get us together. You want to let them talk. Sometimes we got to be separated and go in different directions because it's sometimes it gets a little too intense for the two of us to have to sit here and be as intensely, lovingly observational, analytical, and intelligent, and be in the same room with everybody else that's just not getting it. It's like, oh, dude, but nah, this hurts, don't it? Yeah, it does. His brother Jordan just adores it, man. Loves Isaac's poetry, his prose, his mathematical perfection in it that just makes Jordan just elated, the same way Ali was elated by Muhammad, and the same way, I look at manipulations and I see them manipulate, and then I realize that the manipulations are in my own mind as well. And Muhammad says, free your mind and let the tapestry weave in a way that God would weave it and not the way that man would try to force weave it. That it would be a beauty that just goes in a flow that is weaved by nature and not by the rigid manipulation of the human being. And okay, like a mountain grows through the earth and the river flows from the mountain. It doesn't come in a straight line, and it doesn't go in tall columns and spires. The created by the beauty of the Oregon Mountains. Anything man makes really kind of pales in comparison, and the Barbie doll is not nearly as beautiful, subtle, and lovable and amazing to hold as the woman it's meant to depict. Even as she grows old and thinks her beauty is fading, she's still more fun to hold and listen to and feel and listen to her breath and hear her heartbeat and have her lying next to you with the warmth of her body and her mind and her soul with you, as opposed to the plastic Barbie doll that looks perfect but is lacking in the flawed imperfections that make the woman so amazingly beautiful and appreciative to us. Well, guys, I gotta roll, man. I'm gonna go load this one up, and I'm gonna call it a day. I'm immensely mentally and emotionally exhausted. Physically, I'm feeling all right. Spiritually, there's not really anything you can do except just try your best. The mental and emotional ride is it's a roller coaster, I tell you. It's tough. And then the whole thing with the YouTube thing is just right, man. I just gotta just wish them blessings and peace and let them go. I mean, just wow. It's just it's for the moments I get of superficial frivolity from actually conversing with those human beings. It's painful, and it's just like, oh man, I just want to shut it off and just not talk to them again. It's like talking to my ex-wife or trying to have a conversation on all the math equations and the math proofs I have with my beloved family. It's just like pounding my head against a concrete wall and saying I like it and I don't, But it's necessary. I have to do it. I mean, there's too much beauty in the world. I mean, the trees and the birds and the sky in a bluer color with fresher air is worth it to me. Children that think more clearly, behave in a more loving and intelligent and less fearful and rational manner is worth it to me. I mean, it's worth it to try to put the effort in to live in the world that I see with that effort and people working in that same direction together. It's just worth it to me. It's worth it to put in all the effort, even though I've suffered abuse, and it physically and mentally and emotionally really hurts. I mean, it physically hurts. It's in the head, But as far as my physical body goes, it's actually getting better. because of all the walking I've been doing. The air kind of cleaning out the system with the winds and stuff and everything like that. So I'm functioning fairly well on a physical level. Emotionally and mentally, I'm functioning well. It's just painful. It's just, it's just something that's painful. It's just, it leads. I'm cutting down on the headaches. I'm gonna go home and trim my head again. Use a 3-guard on top and a 1 on the sides and clear that up. I don't like to go completely bald, so I'll hold back on that. But yeah, I like to have a little bit of antennas working up on his head. You know what I'm saying? I like to connect to people, even though it's very painful. Oh, it is, man. I hate connecting to beautiful women that are intelligent, that may not even probably know. Yeah, she knows who I am. Well, they have lawyers watching me, obviously, for sure. That guy's just crazy. Yeah, God bless me. I'm a crazy mofo, man. I like it though. All right, y'all. I'm gonna sit here and relax for a minute. Maybe think of a few more things to say before I go home tonight. And just I love y'all. All right. Man, let's move this faster. I ain't afraid to go public. I ain't afraid to be a public figure. I'm not afraid of all the evil and the horrible things that'll be said and the things that I know for every horrible and evil thing there'll be a beautiful and intelligent thing too. I got to take the good with the bad. And I think I really do believe that at this point in time, in the direction the world is taking, that there'll be more good than bad. I think I can intelligently explain it to people. I think when people come at and what's going on with the revelations I got yesterday from connecting to that historical filmography about the Prophet Muhammad and the observation analysis and the connections that I get, I believe that there's not really many that can basically, if they want to come argue and fight about the nature of intelligence and peace, that they won't last for long in the room. Most people will just sit there and go, "Why are you even arguing with the guy?" I mean, he's not here to argue with you. He's here to help lead you to peace and stop you arguing over irrationality. Why are we even discussing this? Why are we trying to pursue this? That's what I believe will happen if we give this an open forum and people start speaking and behaving intelligently. All right, guys, I love you. I'm gonna listen to this one, and we'll talk about one more, and then I'm gonna take myself past the store and up to the house. All right. I love you very much. Blessings and peace.